Okay, so I'm going to do a dog video. Every Wednesday afternoon I work in the Greyhound shop in Lockerbie, and I take in my dog Ollie. The lady who works in the morning, called Viv, she has a lurcher, Smurf, and Smurf and Ollie get on well, and Smurf is obviously used to greyhounds because Viv fosters quite a number. However, in the afternoon my companion brings in a West Highland Terrier. And when Smurf saw the West Highland Terrier, he was terrified. So terrified that he jumped up on one of the shelves in the back shop and he stood there shaking, staring out at this dreadfully ferocious little dog. Which brings me to the purpose of this video, because I think this timidity in dogs, unnatural timidity, and indeed ferocity, is because the dog doesn't learn correct manners through having been taken away from its mother too soon. Veterinary wisdom says that they should stay with their mother for 8 weeks. I say that is not long enough. They should be there at least 10 weeks. The reason greyhounds are, it's one of the reasons greyhounds are such placid characters, because they learn dog manners from their siblings, with whom they are kennelled probably for the first 6 months of their lives before they start on elementary training. So most greyhounds are good, well behaved, well mannered. And I'll explain to you why I'm doing this video. I think there is a solution to the bad-tempered or very timid dog. The first greyhound we got was called Sam. He came into the house. He had no inkling of a house before. He'd never been in a house. His life consisted of kennels, van, track, van, kennels, and that's it. And the only dogs he ever saw were greyhounds. So I decided that we would have to acclimatise him to the conditions of the outside world. And when he got in a car, Sam didn't see outside of the window. He concentrated on the window. We had a cat, and it took us 3 weeks to acclimatise him to the cat, but he became very friendly with the cat. He walked into the French doors, that sort of thing. He was completely ignorant. He didn't know stairs. Anyway, I took him to the dog training classes, and I explained to the lady who ran the classes that I wasn't there to train Sam to be obedient or anything like that. He was quite obedient. I was there to acclimatise him to other dogs. And over the period of about, I went there 6 weeks, Sam learned all about dogs. He was one of the dogs, I think, that had a good effect on what you would call aggressive dogs. There was one dog there, it was a bull terrier. It had a muzzle on that completely clamped its face, and you could see this dog was actually trying to get it out. I went over and I sat next to the guy and Sam, and we did this a couple of weeks, and eventually the aggressive bull terrier calmed down, because Sam was sitting next to it and he wasn't taking any offence by the growling or anything like that. So I think that if you take your dog to the, if you have the problems that I'm talking about, if you take the dog to dog training classes, you can acclimatise it to other dogs at least. Anyway, that's my advice for today.